Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chairman Odger, the land buyback program has already been implemented on the Fort Peck Reservation. It's resulted in the consolidation, I believe, about 40% of the reservation's purchasable fractional interests. How has your community benefited economically from the program?
Basically, the tribes have leased out the majority of the land that we did get from the buyback, and it generated almost $1 million worth of revenue to the tribes.
How much revenue was that?
Almost $1 million of revenue to the tribes,
Yep.
which we utilize for our social services programs within the tribes.
Vice Chairman Tatsy, could you share how you expect the Blackfeet will also benefit economically from having the program implemented and having the fractional interest consolidated?
Well, the potential for purchase for our reservation is over 600,000 acres. Of that, we don't know what's the real acquisition is going to be. We're anticipating 40 to 50%. But based on those numbers, we anticipate it's going to be over $1 million in revenue generated for our tribe to support some of our social, educational, economic endeavor needs. A benefit to us as the tribe looks at some of the long-term planning and land use planning for our tribe, the tribal governance will have opportunity to do some good long-term land use planning once we have ownership and have some say in what can go on with those properties.
You know, Vice Chairman Tatsy, I stepped out because I went to a little press conference we did. I'm part of the Senate Opportunity Coalition to address issues of poverty. And in fact, I cited unemployment rates on the Blackfeet Reservation as an example of the challenges we face in Montana as it relates to poverty. And the numbers were staggering. Unemployment rates in excess of 50% on the Blackfeet Reservation.
Yeah, that's the conservative number. When we're looking at this time of the year when seasonal employment is not available, we're talking 70%.
70%.
Yeah, and that could be, vary, but that's when we get towards the winter time of the year and seasonal employment slows down, that it can get that high, but average around 50%.
You know, I think that needs to be continued, talked about.
Yes, it does.
In fact, Senator Scott, who was leading the coalition, he reiterated these numbers. Because sometimes we think poverty is something that's related to one part of our country or perhaps in the inner cities, and it's right in the heart of a state like Montana. Mm-hmm. Chairman Odger, I'd like to get some perspective from you around what aspects of the program you believe are in need of improvement, around what we could do here to improve or to change, make them better. I mean, here you have a chance to share your on-the-ground experience with this committee, and would appreciate your thoughts.
One of my main concerns is that if we're going to do land buyback for the reservations, I think that we should be allowed to buy back fee land, which is wide open out there, and there's a lot of it on my reservation. My reservation is pretty much checkerboard. It's 50-50 with trust land and fee land. Another thing I would like to see is I'd like to see the land buyback extended on our reservation, because we have numerous tracts that are still open that are fractionated, and we had numerous people coming in after the fact trying to come in and get sell their land to us. And what happened is majority of them didn't. They got their letters and everything, but they were wrong when they first sent them in. The information that they gave us that we had to give to them was wrong, and so they basically kind of held back because they thought they were getting ripped off. So then after everybody started getting their money, they put their application in, and it was denied because it was a late date. It was after the fact. I think that would be greatly improved. And also for the appraisals, 9 months life on the appraisals. If we can extend the life of the appraisals to, like they do in the real world, I think that we'd be better off. I think if we would basically get us treated basically like the real world in this, it would help us quite a bit.
So I thank you. Those are good specific pieces of feedback, Vice Chairman Tatsing, the remaining time I have, which is not much, you are nodding your head in agreement. Any other thoughts you have as well?
Just got to reiterate what Chairman Azure stated. It's something that we discussed, and Chairman Azure covered them very well. And so I just want to compound upon what he said. It's basically, as we move forward, we're going to be dealing with the situations. Being last to implement the program has been a benefit to us, but still we see the challenges of outreach and contacts and proper applications and all those types of things that probably were a big challenge for, I'm sure, some of the initial tribes that implemented the program.
Great. Thank you for your thoughtful comments.